Hello there. Welcome to week 10, believe it or not. I hope this one takes. This is like number 4 that I've done in the last, since this is Thursday morning. This is Thursday about noon. I've been doing this since Wednesday evening. So fingers crossed this one catches. I decided to just go to bed and try it again this morning. Okay, so week 10, your unit 2 portraits of place are they're just wonderful. I have really learned a lot about everything from sections of Paris to local skate parks to all kinds of things. I can really feel everybody's connection to the place and other people's connections. So good job. I'll talk more about that as we get toward the revision section. I also wanted to say that things have been a little complicated and difficult for some people lately, and me included. So if you need to talk about the class or anything else, just DM me on Slack or, send me an email. Let me know if you want to meet on Zoom, and we'll work through stuff because it's getting down toward the end of the term and there's other stuff going on. So, all that said, I'm going to walk you through Unit 3. We are starting the multimodal unit, which those of you who had 1101 here have probably gone through. Multimodality is a very simple concept. It just means a combination of ways we put together texts. There are means of communication like phone, email, texting, movies, video, comic books, what have you. Those are means of communication. Modes are the things that we choose to put those things together. And there's 5 of them. I can't remember all of them. There's alphanumeric, which is text. There's audio, oral ears, visual, sight, kinesthetic, which is movement, and spatial, how things are arranged on the page or on the video. There's some other stuff. So when we create any kind of a text, we're choosing, usually more than one mode. There's an argument that is made that says we can't do a single modality anything because we're either talking or we're using text. So it's just kind of it's a little bit of a wonky concept, but it's something to think about when you're putting together communications based on who your audience is, because different audiences respond to different kinds of modes and the different means that we use to get our messages out. So that's what we're gonna be doing. You're gonna take something from either your discourse community or your portrait that you think would be interesting or useful, entertaining, or persuasive, and getting that message to another audience. Now, I have specific lists of audiences, but it's just to take us from what we've been doing so far is really looking at our own lives and learning more about the community, at least one community that we're involved in, a place that we know or that matters to us, whether we are really familiar with it or not. So now we take that stuff and we say, okay, well, I'd like somebody to know this that I learned about. I'm just going to use the Paris one. What did I learn about social media from that? And what it's doing to places. Well, who do you want to get that message to? That's what this is all about. Say you want to get a message to, talk to kids or talk to adults, talk to travelers, talk to tourists. Okay, so you want to talk to tourists and say, this is what social media has sort of done to this part of Paris. So how are you going to get that information to them? How are you going to persuade them to pay closer attention and not rely just on social media for stuff? And it could be, depends on who that audience is. It could be TikTok, it could be Instagram stories, it could be brochures, it could be anything. I've had students do everything from comics. I got a really great comic some years ago from a student who had a heart transplant, and he wanted to make a comic for kids who were going in for some kind of major organ transplantation, and he did this little comic that he drew. There are all kinds of tools that you can use to create these things. Canva is my favorite one, but there's no limit to what you can do. So for this project, you need to do at least 2 modes, which is simple. It could be text and pictures. It could be a video, which could have music. It could be an Instagram story, which has got movement and is got stuff on the side for the story, for the reels. So it's really wide open. But remember that when we create a text like this, we're doing it either to inform, entertain, or persuade. And the best ones do sort of a combination of all of them. And to persuade somebody, you don't have to, get too hard nosed about it. Entertaining things tend to persuade. I mean, look at the advertising world. That's all entertainment and persuasion tied together. So you can just go nuts. And I've had all kinds of fun stuff. So let me share the screen and I'll show you some stuff. I found it right there. Okie dokie, here it is. Yes, it's now coming. I hope this one works. So I took down the other ones to put this up. Panicked this morning. All right, so here we are. So this content, excuse me, I've also been sick, so it's no fun. So here is Unit 3. It's all up. Here's the instructions for it. This essentially says what I just told you. You take something that you think was important or interesting from either your discourse community paper or your portrait project, and you want to tell them something about it, right? So these are the audience groups that we have identified: fourth graders, City Tech freshmen, New York City Council members, your grandparents or older relatives, activist group of any kind. So that's, you kind of have to figure out who you want this message to go to, because information or understanding or whatever thing you want to get out to people, how you couch that will be different. How you put it together will be different based on who that audience is, right? So once you decide who the audience is, decide the best way to reach them. So there's an article in Perusall assignment by Melanie Gagich called Multimodal Composing, that just give you some ideas, right? It's stuff you probably already know, but you'll think about it. Don't write a simple essay. Although that said, I've had people do poems with images, which is fine, or they've done a poem that they read over a YouTube video that they put together, right? But know who your audience is. Again, this is all about getting information that we know out to other people. Fourth graders are not gonna sit still for a TED Talk. They're just not. Instagram page is a great way to get to high school seniors or college freshmen. For older people, people always kind of, worry about that one. But the truth is, there's still a lot of boomers and other people of the next generation down who still use Facebook. So it may be good to do a Facebook page, right? Who knows, right? So the only restriction on what you can do, these different genres, these different ways of getting stories out, is you can't do a PowerPoint. PowerPoints are not a genre. It's just a tool. Now, I've had students who created a PowerPoint as part of an interactive lesson that they were preparing for fourth graders. That's fine, but it was just one part of that interactive lesson. So that's fine. The PowerPoint itself is no good, rethink, okay? So let me show you, there's some examples here. Here's one, here's three. This was a student wrote this article about space travel and having gone to a place. Actually, they went to the place in Houston, the NASA thing, and they got really interested in space. So they came up with this little thing for fourth graders about going to Mars, and talked about the lander. And so they put this together as a series of, pages, brochures, really, really fun stuff that they did on, it's on Canva. I'll show you Canva in a minute. All right. So that's one of them. It was really, really fun. Yes, I love that one. That was one of my students. This is a video, which I'm not going to, oops, the Canva, that was not working. I'll have to go fix that link. And then this one, they wrote a, this one was really interesting because it's like a graphic novel about depression, because they wrote about, in the discourse community, they wrote about a group that they were a part of high school students, kind of dealing with depression. And so he wrote this really wonderful little graphic novel thing about that. So there's a few of them right there. Let me see, I think that's all I got. Yeah, that's it. I'll find you some more, but those are some of them. All right. So part one is to do this project. And then part two, after you get it done, you know, the little thing you're doing on Slack right now about what it was like to write unit two, the portrait of a place. You're going to do that at a little bit greater length for this writer's statement. Essentially, you're going to go through and one page. It's a lot of artists do this and put them up in galleries, or they put them on their websites or on their Substack or something. It's just talk about, you know, why you did what you did, why you chose the genre, who your audience was, and why those things mattered. You know, explain why you did it, why you thought an Instagram would work for high school students or college students. And then sort of go through the process of having put the thing together. What went well, what went badly, what was hard. If you had to sort of stop in the middle and start over again, okay, that happens, that kind of thing. Why that happened, and sort of how you felt about it when you were done. Now, these are, you know, make this a narrative, make this a story, just like the essays we've been doing all term. This should also be an essay. So you have two things for unit three. You have the project itself, and then you've got a reflection, a writer's statement on having done what it was like to do the project and how you feel about it when you get done. So that's that. Okay, so that's under instructions. Then here are the usual weekly schedules. All right, so this week, there's this assignment in Perusall. This one, multimodal composing. Okay. And let's see, that's Perusall. And then the other thing is yes, there's a Padlet. Tell us about, you know, an example of the kind of thing that you're going to be doing, you know, whether it's an Instagram or a brochure. I had another student. I often have students do brochures for college students for like career day or information day, because it's a good way to get information out and persuade people. One of the best ones, and I don't know where it is, I've lost it, was about why you should be a ComD major, a communication design, graphic design major. It was really good. It was beautiful, because that's what she did. And it was the kind of thing that she would hand out on, what's it, the group organization day, where people get to know all the different groups and activities that are at the school. So that's what this prompt is. Okay. So that's this one. Just say what you want to do and post an example of it and say why you think it's a good one for the audience that you're thinking about. Okay. So that's that page. And then the next week we'll be doing, I hope these are right. I was having some trouble this morning. Padlet, give a proposal for what you want to do. I mean, get really specific about, hello, comic, all right? What's your topic or idea? I mean, what do you want to do? Who's your audience? What do you want them to learn, to understand, to do after if you're trying to persuade them to do something? What specifically you're going to make, why you chose that based on the audience, and what help you think you need. Okay, that's important, because there are people in this class who, you know, maybe you want to do a video, but you're not that good at it. Well, I guarantee you there will be somebody in this class who is a YouTube person, and they are, you know, a YouTube influencer or a TikTok influencer. They can show you how to do it, right? They can give you some help. So be sure to put that in there so we can help each other get this done. That's that one. And this one, just do the same Padlet, just respond, okay, to what people have put up there, especially if you think you can give them some help on the technical part of it, the technical end of it. Let's see, go back. That's 11. And then 12 is just working on it. Give us a little bit of an update, just a little piece of it, or a link out to something on that Padlet. So, you know, again, we can look at it and give you some feedback on it. And so I can kind of check in on how you're doing, on your status on the thing. And then the last week is just keep working and then turn it in. And I put the back up. Okay, let's see. 3. They're down here at the bottom. Okay. And here, of course, are the links to the Padlets as usual. All right. So here's a little bit about what you'll be graded on for each one of them. Okay. So that's what's up for 13. I think that's, oh, I wanted to show you, there's a tool that I use and a lot of people use called Canva. If you're not graphically inclined like me, Canva is really nice because it's basically free if you know what you're doing. It can help you, it's got an AI function to help you make pictures, all kinds of stuff. All you have to do is just, they've updated it a little bit. I got to go back and look at it. Is just sign up. It's free. It's just, the sign up is just so they will save what you're doing so you can come back and work on it later. That's all there is to it. So say you want to do a template. I want to do, let's see, how about a brochure? Oop, I can't type. Still can't type, but there you go. Now they have all these templates, okay, that you can use for brochures. See, it doesn't read brochure because brochure. Thank you very much. These are brochures. The nice thing about these is if you do something like this one's free. If you want to go, you don't have to pay for it. You can just customize the template. You don't have to buy it. So you get in here and it's got all this cool stuff that you can move things around. You can change the pictures. There are different, once you go over here, there are different templates. If you don't like that one when you get into it, you can change something else. You can add a little text, subtext, a little body of text, and then you just kind of, whoops, grab it and move it around. You can also do things like turn it. And if you don't like it, you can get rid of it just by hitting delete. Delete. Okay. The easiest way to do it is just to grab it and throw it off the page. it will never show up again. Right, so you can do that. You can change, let's see, you can change fonts, you can change the size, you can change the text color, you know, effects, animation, position. If you want something to disappear in the back, you can do that. The nice thing about these brochure templates is they will, when you, like once you print it out, if you want to print it out, you can fold it and it'll look like a real brochure. It's set up that way. Okay. So that's for that one. And if I wanted to do, let's say I wanted to do, oh, this one will cost you money. Anytime you get in Canva and you see this little crown that says Pro, don't do it because they'll charge you $1 for it. So don't do that. So look for the freebie ones whenever you're up here. So that one costs money. So's that. You can also start with the blank. Got a lot of Pro on here. Now this one you can use. That one you can use. So just make sure you don't get anything that's got a little crown on it. Right, the rest of it's free. Because for example, if you're doing this one's free, this is blank. One thing, see, it's got 3 pages. One thing nice thing you can do, you can add the shape. Now that one's Pro, so I would have to pay for that, but you can see what I do. I do film, right? You can generate, I'm going to generate an image. I've never done this before. Cat with a beret eating, oops, sardines. Try that. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's from my head. Ah, there we go. So now I got 2 of them. So I can drag that over here. Maybe in a minute. There it is. I can do that one instead. Okay, so you can use the AI here to generate stuff. This is the blank one. So I could add text, right? Add a subheading. Okay, the French people know, been in France know what I'm talking about. The other things you can do is you can draw if you've got a pen. Okay, so you can draw on it. You can, if you've got a picture, an image that you want to use, like if I want to put my cat, you can upload files from wherever you have them. Okay, I'm not going to do that, but I have done. This is one of my uploaded files, and I put I put auto in the middle of it, make it smaller. So you can drag and move things around so get rid of that thing. Right, so you can do anything you want to with it. It's really very simple. And all of this, of course, since I uploaded it, it's all free. Okay, you can change backgrounds. And not that one. This is one I've used before. Can't see it very well. Okay, so Canva is it's fun. You can get over here, take a blank, sign up for it, get a blank canvas for a template. And the thing is with this one, with the template, it's got the lines where you would do the folds. So I can move this cat here, make him there, and then I just gotta have auto bleed across. Okay. Okay, so there's my thing. And when you're done with it and you want to save it for yourself, you click don't print, you click share, and it will click on download, and it will default to a PNG, and it will download to your computer. All right. So that's Canva, one of my favorite things on the face of the planet. That you can use to do this. And again, let me go back up here. You can do comic. Okay, you can do comic strips. I've had a lot of students do these. You want to create a comic, because the other thing with the comic, and this is a pro one. Let me see if I can find a freebie. Pro. They got more pro than they used to. Okay, that one. This is just your basic one, customize. If I wanted to put, there's text and elements. I want college student. I can move my student. These are pro, but you can find them for free, or upload your own. Again, it's always, pretty simple. Okay, so I'm gonna put students here. You can move over there and put your caption. You can also add your own caption by doing graphics. Okay, it's just moving slowly at the moment. Graphics, stars. Word balloon. So you can move your own word balloon over there and move it, add text to it. There. Make it smaller, and I can move it there. Okay, so oops, that's probably not a good place for it. Oops, leave that. And so you can also do that if you want to join two of them. You can. There's all kinds of things you can do with this. So it's really there. Okay, so that's Canva. So you can do comics, you can do all kinds of Instagram posts. I've done a lot of stuff using the Instagram template. So go nuts. Have a good time with Canva if you want to use it. If you get confused and you still want to use it, let me know, and we can get on Zoom together, and I can walk you through stuff. Okay, so I think that's it. That's a very long video, but it's the whole project. And if you have questions or problems, get in touch with me. The length on the project is however long you can't put a length on a comic, right? It just has to do its job of getting the information or the persuasion of the fun to the audience. The writer's statement needs to be a full page, and that's about 600 to 1,000 words. And then everything is due. Both of those are due on December the 4th. That's in the schedule there someplace too. So now I'll go save this video. Fingers crossed it will work, and I can upload it in here and replace this. Okay. And if you're in the OL12 class, same deal, right? So good luck. Let me know if you have questions, if you want to talk about stuff. Otherwise, I will see you later.